guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different from my usual content, my usual really bold, bright makeup looks. I thought I would actually share with you my current go-to real life makeup. My skin's actually been doing a lot better and I just haven't found myself as bothered to spend the time putting on foundation. So I just wanted to show you what I've been doing literally in real life when I wanted to leave the house but still look a little bit made up, cover up my imperfections a little bit and just look super glowy without having to do, you know, a whole thing. I mean, I'm still using quite a few products. Oh wow, it's going really dark. I did decide today to do natural lighting because I just wanted to show you what the makeup looked like in real life, and also it's really hot and I didn't fancy the idea of turning my studio lights on. I've had to play around with the lighting a little bit throughout the video. I think it's got okay. If it hasn't, we just won't do it again. Hopefully it's worked out. Let me know what you guys think of it. I still have quite a lot of steps in this routine. You know, I still do use quite a few products, but I just go a bit faster with them. You know, use products that save me time, use products that I don't need as many brushes for. I have actually used 3 brushes, which I think is a new record for a video. So yeah, I just wanted to sit down, film something for you guys, and yeah, just show you some real life makeup, show you this insane glow that I have got going on, which I am absolutely loving. So I think sitting outside in the sun and, you know, just blinding everyone is a requirement after this. And that's pretty much it. I feel like I have blabbed on way more for this intro than I have in the whole rest of the video. So if you'd like to see how I get my current go-to everyday super glowy look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, I haven't got the studio lights on and I am already boiling, so I think doing a quicker makeup look today was probably the right decision to make. So the first product that I wanted to mention to you guys today isn't actually makeup. It is the Dove Dermaspa Summer Revived. It's a gradual self tanner, and as you can see, I literally finished it this morning. I had to cut it open. I'm not really one to fake tan all year round or anything, but in the last couple of years I just have kind of realized, number one, how much I don't tan, and number two, how much going out in the sun for a long time kind of affects my skin. I definitely have more freckles than I used to, more moles, so I've come to realize that I do really need to be more careful with my skin. I don't really mind how pale I am in the winter because most people are paler than they usually are, but when you get to summer and everyone else has got colour on their face and you're just stood there looking a little bit ghostly, I decided it was time to just embrace the fake tan. I have been enjoying this. I think it's really easy to use. I haven't had too many issues with patchiness, I would say. I used the Bondi Sands Gradual Tanning Milk. I think it's a milk, not a lotion. I'll put a picture up on the screen. I used that last year and I did prefer the colour. It was definitely darker than this one and a bit more noticeable, but I had so many issues with patchiness and then it would take days to wash off so that I could fix it. This one does definitely feel a little bit more effortless, and I currently have another 2 bottles on the way to me because it was buy one get one free on Superdrug. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I really like the smell. I mean, you guys probably think that I still look pale as anything, but it gives me a nice bit of colour and it makes me feel healthier. Really sounds like I'm doing an ad for it. It's definitely not sponsored or anything. I never really talk about body products, so I thought I would mention this one. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, as always, is just clean my face. So I'm just still working my way through this Simply Pure toner. I don't even know how long I've had this bottle for at this point. It feels like it never ends, but it has been hot so far today. I put some sun cream on, so my face definitely needs a little refreshing and a little cleaning up. Look at the grime, can you see it? It's just yellow, and that's not even at the end of the day. I haven't even had makeup on, just like my skincare and sun cream. So the first thing that I want to do is just even my skin tone a little bit and get me to match the tan a little bit more. I mean, I look like I'm the right colour right now, but I think in real life I definitely am a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing BB Gel. So this is a moisturiser, so it can be used alone or under makeup, and it's one of those that will change colour. You can see it's come out grey, and then what you want to do is just mix it in between your hands and the colour changes, and it is a little bit dark on me where I am so pale. These types of products that are typed to your these type of products that change colour and end up matching up to your skin tone, they've never really matched me. That looks really orange orange on camera. I'm gonna bring it down into the neck. I've never really been one for tinted moisturizer because I do always need the coverage, but when it comes to just needing to look a bit less ghostly, I don't mind this one. So this is another product that I've bought recently that I'm kind of experimenting with. This is the Garnier Ombre Soleil Dry Mist in SPF 50. I thought this sounded like it would be a really nice one to use over makeup throughout the day when you need to top up your SPF. It does say on there that it's non-greasy. I wouldn't recommend it for that. I used it once and it definitely left a film on my skin because I couldn't rub it in or anything. So actually I looked really oily, not even glowy, just full on oily, so I wouldn't recommend it for that. But I'm gonna try it now over this moisturizer because I don't want anything too thick that's gonna leave a white cast. So I'm just spraying it on. Oh, it's not a face SPF, so it's definitely not designed to be sprayed right in your mouth, but there's no cast. I want this to be a quick makeup. I don't want to have to wait half an hour for my SPF to kind of settle into the skin. I can't see any issues with pilling, so it's not disturbing the moisturizer underneath or anything, so that's quite nice. Quite like that. Doesn't feel particularly greasy. I mean, I can feel I've got it on my skin. Compared to other SPFs though, I would say it's not bad. By the way, I have got my window open, so if you hear any noises, I am sorry, but I would literally melt if I didn't. I've let that settle down into my skin a little bit. It didn't take long or anything. I mean, I can feel it on my skin a little bit, but it's fine. We're gonna move on to makeup. So I'm gonna start by priming with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Matte. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't really like this product, didn't really get along with it. The reason that I bought it is because of Robert Welsh, and if you don't watch him already, I really recommend that you do because he gives some of the best makeup advice on YouTube because it's coming from the point of view of a professional. So I definitely recommend checking him out if you haven't already. So he recommended this as part of an oily skin routine to prime the skin and then to spray in between layers. I don't know yet how well it is doing at kind of helping my makeup last longer or anything, but that's what I'm using it for at the moment. So that's what we're gonna do. So you wanna give it a good shake, and then I'm just gonna spray it. That feels really nice right now. Oh, that is so refreshing. I do feel like it does make me look a little bit more mattified, like not fully mattified. There's still a lot of glow just coming through naturally from my skin, which, man, I am glowy. Like, when did this happen? But I can tell like it has mattified it compared to when I just had the sun cream on. Next up, I'm gonna go into the MUA Pro Base Smooth Set and Prime Blur Stick, and I'm just gonna pop it where I get oily, basically. So on my T-zone, and my nose, my forehead, and then we're gonna go over the tops of the cheekbones as well. And then the way that I like to use it after that, I just kind of push the product into the skin with my fingers. I first tried this product for my full face trying MUA products last year, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and I don't think it works with their foundation. Whenever I use it with the MUA foundation, I don't really like it, but I do find that using it with other products, it does really give me a nice smooth base. For me, it's more suited to lighter makeup. Is that a wasp? Oh, for goodness sake. For me, I think this is suited to wear more under, you know, more glowy, more lightweight products. I don't think it works under a full coverage matte foundation. So while I'm not going to use any foundation, I do still want to even out my skin. You can see I've got a few imperfections here and there, but it's nothing major. So I'm just going to be using some concealer today. I'm going to be using the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is the shade Porcelain, which is my tanned shade. You don't need much of this concealer at all. Just look at how far it goes. I haven't dipped it back in yet. So I'm just going over all my imperfections, just wherever I need the most coverage. I don't really need any on my forehead, do I? Wow. Just pop a little bit here. A little bit more on my chin. And we'll do a little bit around here as well. And then I'm gonna go in with a sponge. This is just a Real Techniques blender, and I'm gonna start blending that out. I just think that blends in really well into the shade from the BB gel. And it does end up going over most of my face, to be fair, because a little bit does go a long way, but it still feels a bit more lightweight than a foundation would. Foundation does sometimes feel like it is the longest step in the routine because you just have to make sure it's even everywhere, you know, get it perfectly right. Sometimes it just feels like it takes ages, whereas concealer, that's pretty much done. I'm just wondering if this needs to be darker. Okay, yeah, let's just darken that a little bit. I do really love the coverage on this one, and I like the color. I feel like this is the one that matches the BB gel the best, but because this is a more hydrating formula and I have more oily skin, I feel like I would rather find something else that's maybe a little less hydrating, that's going to stay in place a little bit better. But if you have dry skin, I think this is going to be a really nice option. And you can see we still have so much glow coming through at this stage. Wow, I haven't even put anything on to make myself glowy. I do use another concealer. Even though this is kind of my quick routine, I still use a lot of products because I just like to. This is the I Heart Revolution Heartbreakers Concealer in the shade Oat. You guys have heard me speak about this one a lot at this point. I do really like it. It's super affordable. It's literally the most affordable concealer that Revolution make, and it's a really nice lightweight formula as well. I don't want to feel weighed down. I'm still using quite a few products, but I don't want it to ever feel heavy. And then I'm gonna go around the eye. And again, I'm gonna use my sponge today. I don't normally tend to find that I like the way that my concealer just sits in my under eyes as much when I'm using a sponge over a brush. But I think where this is such a lightweight concealer and just the whole look is lighter, and I'm being lazy, I don't want to use a million brushes, I just find that it works. But when I'm doing something more full coverage, I don't find it works for me. And I am just bringing it on my eyelids as well because we're not doing any eyeshadow, so I'm not going to use any primer or anything. I just want to even out my skin. I definitely don't look flawless because this is definitely still coming through here, but I mean, it's not bad. It's nice to be able to wear less makeup because it's been a while. So I'm going to do my blush next, and I'm going to go for the Clinique Chubby Stick Cheek. This is 01 Amped Up Apple. I did get this one when I went on my training. I would prefer something a bit peachier. I look like an anime filter, don't I? I would prefer something a little bit peachier at this time of year, but this is the colour I have, and I just didn't really want to spend more money on this. Like, I just want to be able to use things that I already have. I just wear this in with my finger because I find it's a bit more pigmented than when using a a sponge. You can just work it in so quickly and then just build up some more product. It just gives a bit more of a natural flush, and I'm keeping it as well more at the front, more on the apple of my cheeks, which I don't really tend to do with my blush anymore. I do find that I prefer it up here because it just defines my face more, but I want to do again something a bit more natural, and I feel like I would get flushed from the apples of my cheeks. So you can see it is a very light amount of colour, and I do like to build up quite a bit because I am someone who likes a lot of blush. But again, on a more natural look, I'm not looking for that really heavy blush. I just want, you know, a pop of colour to the cheeks. I think I am just going to come and finish the edges off with the sponge. It is a very discreet blush. It's definitely a lot lighter than what I normally wear, but I think for this type of look, it's just enough. And I think I'm just going to take a little bit more just on the nose as well, because it does give that I've actually seen the sun for once in my life look, doesn't it? There we go. It's just about bringing a little bit of life back into the cheeks, but just keeping it really light. Now, because my skin is oily, I do want to powder really lightly, but I don't want anything that's going to make me too matte. I don't want anything that's going to make me look really cakey. I still want to keep it really light and still have that glow come through. If you have dry skin, you can skip this step altogether because you won't have oils coming through and breaking up your makeup in the same way as people with oily skin will. I am in that category, so I am just going to powder, but really lightly. I don't want anything heavy. So I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish. This is the shade Light Plus. It's definitely taken a little bit of shine off, but we can see I've still got that natural glow coming through, so nothing heavy, nothing that's mattified me. It's just a little bit of setting everything in place to help my makeup last a little bit longer. So I'm going to go in with my Fix Plus Matte again, give it another good shake. I just mostly like it because it feels really, really refreshing right now. I feel like people's criticisms about this spray was, I don't know, it just didn't look good. I don't have any issues. I don't feel like I look overly powdery right now. I still have so much glow coming through. I don't even know how it's possible, but I do feel really like perfected along my nose. I feel really, really blurred, just really, really smooth. You can still see some pores, still see some texture, but I think it's a really, really nice smooth finish. So I am enjoying this combination of products so far. If you're gonna do some summer glowy skin, one step that I don't think you can miss out on is bronzer, because that's just gonna make you look more bronze. It's gonna give you that holiday skin. I mean, bronzer just makes everything better. So I'm gonna take my Revolution Bronzer Reloaded in Holiday Romance. I feel like I use it a lot at the moment, but that's because I really like it, and it's also a really, really budget option. I just feel quite happy recommending it because it is so, so cheap. I've barely even made a dent in this. I mean, if you look closely at it, I guess you can see that the dome is kind of flatter on top, but you can't really see. So I'm just kind of going around the perimeters of my face. Let me just move that mirror back so I can see my forehead. I do take it in the areas that I contour because I am just too lazy to contour on a daily basis. I'm quite happy just whacking on bronzer and calling it a day. Immediately, again, that just makes me look summery. That just helps me look a little bit more tanned. It's ever so slightly deepened my cheekbones, which is never a bad thing. I do still contour my nose though. And this is definitely a step that you don't have to take, especially with makeup that's so light. You know, you're not really flattening everything as you might be with a full coverage foundation, but never mind. I just like the way it looks. So I just like to take this tapered blending brush from Iconic. It's technically an eyeshadow brush, but it makes a great contour brush. So I just like to go underneath the bottom lip and then, yeah, just really quickly contour the nose. Nothing snatched, nothing that's gonna take me, you know, 20 minutes just on one part of the face. Just some quick blending. And then what you can do with the bronzer as well is just add a bit more shape back into your eyes. I'm sorry about all the noise that's coming from outside. I really hope it doesn't come up too much on camera. So yeah, I'm just running it through my crease, up above it, just creating a bit of shape. Now, if you're doing glowy makeup, of course you have to include highlighter. You just can't skip out on it. Now again, you guys know that I love a really strong, bold highlight. I normally go for some pretty pigmented powder ones, but when I'm doing this type of lighter look, I want something a little bit easier, something that's gonna look like my natural glow, but just enhanced, nothing too over the top. So something like a liquid or a stick is actually really nice, and the advantage that I find is that it doesn't enhance my skin texture in the way that a powder one will. So I'm actually gonna go in with the Clinique Chubby stick. This is Hefty Highlight. So what I like to do is just turn my face and look at where the sun naturally hits it. There's a very clear line going down here, so all I'm gonna do is just go over that area with the stick. And I haven't really found that it disturbs the powder underneath or anything. You know, it's not too creamy. It works great over powder, and it's just enhanced that and just taken it to the next level. Just gives it a little bit of a boost. And you just want to make sure that you're following where the sun hits your face anyway, and that'll just make it look really, really natural. I mean, natural, but also next level. Am I right? It's also a little bit in the outer corner of the eye, so I've just brought it in there a little bit. Just a lot more glow from within. It's not sitting on top of the skin. It blends in really, really nicely, even on top of powder, and it's just not enhancing my texture and making me look dehydrated or anything like that, which is a big plus for me. So as I normally would, just doing the center of my nose and my lip. Hits me on the chin as well a little bit, so we're gonna add some here. I like to do this sort of area as well, because we haven't got the brows on yet. You can just go over the brow, be really messy with it. That's what's quite nice about this product, is it's just so quick to use and you can just blend it in with your fingers. There's just a lot less thinking involved. And then one thing that I've stopped doing because I get so oily is doing the center of my forehead. When I'm using a powder highlighter that's really bright, it's gonna, number one, enhance any texture that I have, and number two, when I get oily, it just looks really, really bad. But something like this that's just a bit lighter, I find it doesn't cause me the same issues. So I'm just going in the center. I'm going a lot more lightly than I was with my cheekbones. I just want to help it catch the light a little bit. And then I'm just going to go into my inner corner as well. It's just going to help brighten it up, bring it into the eye socket a bit. So for the eyes, same as the face, I'm keeping everything so simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is my brows, and I am really lazy with my brows. Even when I'm going to work, I can't be bothered with putting pomade on. Tinted Brow Gel is your friend because it's just gonna do things really quickly for you. This is the Clinique Just Browsing Brow Mousse. I have it in the shade Blonde. It has a nice small brush on it, and I'm just brushing through, and that way I can give it a bit of fluff. It just fills it in for me a little bit. And at this time of year, I don't mind a lighter brow. I've been doing it quite dark lately, but you know, I'm going out in the sun, I feel like it just looks a bit more natural. Literally done. There's no need to pencil anything in. You can do if you want to fill in the gaps. Again, I'm lazy. And then I'm just gonna go straight in with some mascara. You could do a little bit of eyeliner if you wanted to enhance your eyes. I haven't even been bothering with that. Literally just the bronzer in my crease, mascara, and that is it. So I'm just gonna use the Urban Decay Perversion, which is just my absolute favorite because it gives me the best lashes. It literally sounds like someone is getting murdered right now. And then just because this one does clump up a little bit, I keep an old mascara wand on hand that has more silicone bristles just to separate it. The really weird thing about mascara is that I can apply it fine when I have eyeshadow on, but when I don't, I make a complete mess out of things. So I'm just gonna go and clean that up quickly before we finish off the look. So that just leaves us with lips now, and I find the best thing to use when doing something like this is lip gloss, because you just don't have to worry about being as neat as you do with lipstick, especially bright colors. Again, I like an easier solution to things, and you guys know I've been loving my Fenty Beauty Mini Gloss Bombs. I'm gonna go in with Cheeky today because I feel like this is just the perfect color for this weather. So being so loud outside right now is very frustrating. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope, as always, that you liked it. This has probably been one of my fastest videos to film. I love the way it looks. There's just so much glow that was coming through just naturally from my skin underneath all the makeup, but then you just add on that stick highlighter. It's just super glowy. There's not that much involved, and I still think it looks pretty smooth, pretty flawless, pretty filtered. I've just really been loving this, and I really hope you guys did too. If you enjoyed the video, then do as always, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what you thought about it. Definitely let me know what your favorite makeup products are right now, or are you even bothering with makeup now it's hotter? I mean, I definitely remember living in London in summer. I just gave up on makeup because it wasn't worth it on the tube. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys are doing with makeup at the moment, and of course subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my next video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye guys.